We've got lots of action ahead. Zina Garrison, Andre Agassi when we return. Action with the number 4 seed, Andre Agassi, with number 13, Jay Berger, a matchup of 2 Americans, and they are tied at 2-all in the first set. And now let's go out to that men's match and join Pat and Tony.
All right, Tim, thank you. Andre Agassi serving at love 30 against Jay Berger of Weston, Florida. 24 years old. Agassi just 20.
Berger got a break and led 2-1, but Agassi came right back and got the break, backed it for 2-all.
In that strange outfit. Right, number 4, 20 years old, lives in Las Vegas, 5'11", 155. Pancho Gonzalez is his uncle.
Married to Andre's sister. Does that make him brother-in-law?
I guess that's right. He's related.
Right. 40.
Jay Berger, ranked number 14, lives in Weston, Florida. 23 years old. Will be 24 very shortly. 5'11", 165 pounds.
Game Agassi.
So Agassi leads 3-2 in the first set.
Agassi leads
Jay Berger. 233,000 cubic feet of helium inside the Fuji blimp.
No.
Still hard to believe those things go 65 miles an hour.
It really is. Hard to believe it can stay aloft for 24 hours. Berger in the near court. Agassi easily identified.
Andre has said that if he gets farther into this tournament, he may shave off the beard. That's something new for him.
Shaving or the beard?
The beard at this stage. Watch the abbreviated wind-up of Berger. It's his effort to serve better. Missed it.
30-15.
Very unusual service motion by Berger.
He just eliminates the dropping the racket, the wind-up, and when you think about it, nothing really happens until the racket starts down and forward. If he's got it down, they'll take a little loop and get the racket head started.
Like the no wind-up pitcher.
Right. This is how Agassi got there, beat Grant Connell in straight sets. A good match against Peter Korda, who's an awfully good tennis player, and then Davine 6-love in the third. So Agassi's only lost 1 set to this point.
Game Berger.
Game to Berger.
3-all.
It's 3-all.
This is how Berger got there. A long match against Agenor. and then a long match against Carlson, and then from 2 sets down, he came back to beat the Karate Kid from Italy in 5. He's played a lot of tennis, Berger, in this year. He's complaining of being tired. He said, "I've played too much tennis. I've learned from it."
Must have learned something, or he would not have gotten this far.
Well, he's a good player. He's got good ground strokes. He's deceptive, but he played like 17 weeks out of 18 in a row, and that's way too much tennis. And he realized that. He said, "I did make a bit of money, but he's learned from it, and hopefully will adjust his schedule more in the future." Agassi, been a semifinalist here the last 2 years. Runner-up this year in the French to Andres Gomez.
Chair umpire Bruno Ribieu from Paris.
Yeah, Bruno Ribeau is the way he would pronounce it.
I should have let you do it anyway. Since you live there.
He's a good one. Two years ago, Agassi had a big year. He won, I think, 6 or 7 tournaments. And then the next year, he got a slow start. And he said by February, I was burned out. My brain was fried. He said, I just didn't want to try to get motivated, wouldn't want to do anything. And he had a poor year for him. There's Nastasi enjoying a little conversation. There was a poet with a tennis racket.
He enjoys almost everything.
Yes, he does.
40-30.
Recently, Agassi was going into Cincinnati to play a tournament, getting in there about midnight, and the Cincinnati airport is in Greater Cincinnati Airport. It's in northern Kentucky, right across the river. And he said, somebody said, "Can you get me some security to get through the airport with my entourage?" And the lady said, "Honey," said, "it's midnight in northern Kentucky, and if you haven't been on hee-haw, you won't have any trouble getting through the airport."
At least she called him honey.
Awful lot of power and pace on the Berger forehand.
Advantage Berger.
He just laced that thing. Agassi looked like he was almost going to turn an ankle there. Berger now ISO on this one right here. Good racket preparation. He snapped the wrist at it, which gets extra racket head speed. Dangerous to do for the club player, because when you snap that wrist, you're going to have to make mistakes. These players hit so many balls, they can take some of those liberties to add pace and deception.
Game to Berger. Is 4-3 in the first, and let's go over to the grandstand, and Jim Nance, who's about to have a discussion with the chair umpire. This house has been full all day.
Agassi hit a two-hander down the line. He thought it was good. It was called out. He had a brief discussion with Bruno Ribeau, the umpire. It is 15-30. Berger serving. Berger has a break at 4-3.
30.
Makes it 15-40, and let's have a look at what's ahead of us. Becker has advanced to the quarterfinal. Cherkasov has gotten to the quarterfinals as well. The winner of this match will play him. And Krickstein and Monsdorf play tonight.
Big chance here for Agassi to get back on serve. 15-40 in the second serve for Berger.
Game Agassi. 4.
Game Agassi, second double fault by Berger. 4-all first set. Agassi has the break. Seeded 4th, Berger 13th. The U.S. Open of 1990.
Love 15.
We've already had 4 service breaks in this first set, and in some circumstance that would be a lot. But neither one of these players have great serves, and they have good ground strokes, so that's why they're able to return the serve well and break the other guy's serve.
Love 30.
The first double fault by Agassi.
And he's now in a bit of strife at love 30.
$15, 30.
That ball hit the lines person right on top of the head.
Terrific shots by both players. That last forehand by Agassi was
14,
great.
30.
He had a lot of spin, got it down quickly, and made the volley just too tough for Berger. Agassi's clothing reminds me of some of Doug Sanders. You know, he's got the shoes match the shirt. And
Even got a matching bracket. Whatever, it looks like a bruise or a mistake. I'm not sure.
Agassi leads 5-4.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
White, please. Thank you.
4th round action. Agassi over Berger 5-4 in the first set. Berger serving in the near court. Over in the grandstand. Meantime, Garrison is up to break. She won the first set 6-1.
Love 15.
Earlier today, 5-setter. Becker over Cahill.
That was a close one.
And then Steffi Graf eliminated Kathy Rinaldi. Jennifer Capriati.
Here's another look. Agassi didn't think this was good. We didn't give you a very good look at that, but goes down the record books as a point for Berger.
Fifteen, 30.
15-30. Got to the quarters last year. Jay Berger.
He's a deceptive player. He's not flashy. He doesn't say much. He just works hard and makes a lot of good shots. Just keeps grinding at you. I think the wind has died down a lot.
Yeah, I think it has.
The flags are standing out a little bit, but I don't get the feeling that the wind is any real factor on the court itself.
Bright, clear day with a little bit of the feel of autumn in the air. Yeah, that's not stretched out like it was earlier.
No.
The flag. Shea Stadium in the background.
And our booth is open. We felt that Gus earlier blowing our papers around and stuff. Now you hardly feel it at all.
Game over. 5-1.
Five all. First set.
5, please. 5, please. Thank you.
In the grandstand, they're back on serve at 4 apiece.
$15.
You know, one thing when you wear the clothes that Agassi's wearing, you don't have to make any decisions each day because you got a bunch of those sets of clothes. You put on the same looking outfit every day.
30.
Second ace by Agassi. 40 love.
Clocked at 103 miles an hour.
Pretty good.
Let's see what the second serve goes at.
$15.
We did get a recording on that second serve. I'll try at another point to see if we can tell the difference.
$30.
Berger made a smart play there. He got on that short ball real quickly so he could get it at the top of the bounce. It was above the top of the net that way, and he could drive it down in the court. If he'd have been a little slower getting there to hit more defensively. Second serve points won 18%.
Game Agassi.
Game to Agassi. He leads 6-5 in the first set.
Agassi leads 6-5.
Agassi, first set of this fourth round match.
Sits beyond the court.
They're on serve in the second set in the grandstand. We'll be checking over there in just a moment. Jay Berger About to serve and try to get even at 6-all in the
Sit,
first.
please.
One of the great photographers is up here
Thank
with
you.
us, Mel DiGiacomo. He covers tennis all the time, and he said the two toughest players to photograph
Wait, please.
are Agassi and
Thank you.
McEnroe, because he said they always straighten up and jump up. There's Mel. They jump up and they jump out of his frame. He said when I get the pictures back, they've got half their heads cut off all the time. So he's got to adjust like he's got a bad sight on a rifle, try to catch him in frame.
15.
Mel can handle most problems. 15 love.
You know, Pat, when you play the game the way Agassi plays it, for example, where he really hits everything hard, when he makes mistakes early, as Berger made on that particular time, you say, well, I was impatient. When they make the shots, you say, well, that's great. That's very aggressive, you know, taking it early. And it's hard to decide whether they're being impatient, whether they're rushing, or whether that's just, you know, one of those things, the way they play the game.
6 seconds.
Tonight,
Thank you for the
here
ball.
on CBS at
Thanks.
11:30,
Thank you.
we'll have a recap of all the day's matches. So be sure to watch the U.S. Open Tennis Highlight Show tonight at 11:30 Eastern and Pacific. Tim Ryan and Mary Carrillo will keep you up to date on all the latest here at the Open.
Of course, that'll include the Krickstein-Monsdorf highlights. That match is going to be played tonight.
And highlights of all these matches. In the grandstand, it's 5-all.
Point, please.
In the second set, Garrison won the first.
2 break points for Agassi, which means 2 set points. This is not an easy second serve. Berger served a couple of doubles from that end. Sneaky fast on the Berger forehand.
30-40.
He takes the same swing a lot of times. All of a sudden, he flattens it out a little bit, as he does here. And that just travels faster. And you see Andre did a good job just to get over to it. Had to sort of just try to slap at it, go under it, hoping to get it back. Still set point. Got it back to deuce. Well done. Again, set point for Agassi.
Advantage, Agassi. First set. Agassi.
First set to Agassi. 7-5.
Here's another look. This one right here, Berger just can't get there fast enough, and that was hit so hard he got a racket on it. And watch
Keep your
Andre.
seats, please. One more game. It's not a changeover. 5, please.
And right now, let's send you back over to Jim
Keep your
Nance
seats,
in the
ladies and
grandstand.
gentlemen. One more game.
The stadium court at the USTA's National Tennis Center on a beautiful day in New York.
Find your seats beyond the court, please.
That's the situation
Any
at the
seats.
moment. Fourth-seeded Andre Agassi won the first set 7-5 and is up 3-love
Seats beyond the court. Ready
in the
to play.
second. And the stadium has been full all day long.
Stop
Just a
moving, please.
Wonderful
beyond the
weekend
court.
of tennis.
Been terrific. Agassi was 5-0 in the first set, Pat, and he's run off 5 straight games, winning the set 7-5 and
Sit,
taking
please.
a 3-love lead.
And we'll be here until the top of the hour, which would be 6 o'clock Eastern time. And the way this match is going right now, it could be over by that time.
15.
Highlights of all of today's wonderful action tonight at 11:30 here on CBS. And next weekend, another big one for us. CBS Sports Live coverage of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships, as I mentioned, continues on next Friday with championship weekend, starting with the women's semifinals. Then it's Super Saturday with the women's championship and the men's semifinals. And finally on Sunday, it's the men's championship. This is the world's toughest tennis. So join us next Friday at 11 a.m. for the start of championship weekend.
15.
We've had some terrific matches these last 3 days, and it's probably going to get better.
Usually does, although it'll be hard to beat John McEnroe's match of yesterday and Becker's today.
I wonder if John's a little stiff after that 5-setter.
He's got time to take a couple of days off now.
Missed it.
15. 14.
15-40, Agassi on a roll.
2 break points. Could really salt away the second set. Could give Agassi a 4-love lead.
The number 1
Game
seed,
Agassi. Forward.
Stefan Edberg, went out the
Ball
first
change.
day. Becker's 2, Lindell 3, Agassi 4. Hovering over, as they have been all week, the Fuji blimp, piloted today by Mary Gales Sink from Roanoke, Virginia, and Gary Fabian from Dallas, Texas. Agassi now up 4-love in the second set over Jay Berger.
13.
He's become a little unglued, Berger. He's won only 6 points in this set.
Unusual. A tire.
14.
Agassi takes a commanding 5-love lead in the second set. Back in the stadium, Pat Summerall with Tony Trabert, and Mary Carrillo is back from her travels to the grandstand.
Love 15.
How did Zina look to you in that match?
She looked pretty comfortable the whole time, but really wasn't a good-looking match. Still, to win it in straight sets is a pretty good effort to get into the quarters.
Darn right.
That's not bad.
She seems so much more solid in her game now. Her volleys are crisper. Like you mentioned, her first serve is better. You want to see a little touch. Watch the backhand drop volley by Berger coming in. This is driven by Agassi. That ball had a lot of English on it. When you're down love 5, guess you might as well try a few different things. Why not? Just running out the string in this set anyway, and then try to get back into it in the next set.
Becker in 5 beat Cahill. That was the struggle. Cherkasov over Van Riemsberg. Steffi Graf in straight sets over Capriati. Novotna advanced to the 4th round, or to the quarterfinals, as did Zina Garrison just moments ago.
15-14.
2 set points now for Agassi.
Again, second set, Agassi. 6.
Second set, 6-love.
Agassi leads by 2
to
sets.
Agassi.
It's going to be tough for Jay Berger. He's had a hard time just to get to this 4th round against Agassi.
White, please.
He had 2 4-setters and then a 5-setter. He was down 2 sets to Cristiano Carratti and was able to come back. And afterwards, someone said, "Boy, you're really he's such a good fighter. He's always known to be a fighter." And someone said to him, "Boy, you're really like Pete Rose." And he quickly said, "I've never bet on a game." Wanted to clear that up right away.
Never been in jail, huh?
I just don't see him coming back against Andre, though. You can see how comfortable Agassi is in this match. I watched Jay Berger this year take a set from Andre Agassi at the Lipton event, a hard court event. Exact same surface as this. That's probably where Jay Berger would probably like to dive into that right now. On the rooftop of Manhattan. But after that, that one set took so much out of him, Berger, that he had nothing left. He was spent, and he said that Agassi, Ed Berger said the same thing. Nobody's tougher on the leg than Andre Agassi, trying to chase down his firepower.
He challenged him pretty well in the first set here today.
Well, the idea against Agassi for Jay coming into this match, he wanted to stay on the baseline, not get too far back, and try to match strokes with Agassi.
That's a tough task.
Yeah.
30-15.
If he were a little fresher, Berger, playing a little bit more solidly, he's the kind of guy who can trouble Agassi because he sends a lot of balls back and makes Agassi, who doesn't like long rallies, hit one more winner. Sometimes that doesn't happen with Andre.
What kind of comments have you heard from the players, Mary, about Agassi's attire?
Well, there was a story going around that if Michael Chang were to play Andre in the next round, of course he's not, he's out. Somebody in his camp said that they were gonna contest this outfit of Agassi's because the shirt sleeves are the same color as the balls, and they can get lost in that attire.
In Agassi.
Game to Agassi, and he wins the first game of set number 3. Agassi won love in the first game of the third set.
White, please.
Tony, as championship weekend approaches, what are your thoughts about who is the strongest player right now?
Well, I like the way Boris Becker's playing in the men's, and I like the way Steffi's playing in the women's. Actually, before the tournament started, I thought Edberg would win the men's. That shows how much I know about it. And I thought Steffi would win. I think she's due. She's had a lot of match play now. And the father's controversial thing has sort of gone by the boards for the moment. And she played extremely well today, very determined. The best I've seen her play for quite a while.
What would be your thoughts, Mary?
That's the best single match I've seen Steffi Graf play this year. She
Really?
was focused. She was alert. You know, she was very purposeful. And I think she's the one to beat. I think she might be facing Sabatini. She's been there in the final before.
How
and
about
the
among the
guys? You know, Ivan Lendl isn't looking too bad.
No,
No, he isn't. Neither is this guy who's playing right now, Agassi.
He sure isn't.
Who did you pick, Mary, before the tournament started?
You had to bring that up, didn't you? I had Sellis and Edberg. Do I know this game or what?
You know, since Agassi's been going to this fitness coach of his
15-0.
and doing upper body work, lower body work, his mind has changed a little bit. I think he now says, I can stay out there and I'm going to work these guys. And a point like that is just a perfect point. He just worked Jay Berger all over the place. And he has to feel like he can stay out there to do that in order to be willing to do it against the other guy, because he's got to work awfully hard, too.
Who did you say you picked before the tournament started?
I picked Edberg and Graf.
I see.
Who'd you pick?
Becker and Graf.
I don't remember hearing you say that before.
It's in print. It's in print.
Okay.
Second set. Fairchild.
Bad news for Cincinnati native Tony Trabert. Atlanta beat the Reds 8-6. Pittsburgh over the Phillies 4-1. Mets 9-3 over St. Louis. They're on a roll. 3-2 Montreal over the Cubs. Detroit shut out Toronto. Minnesota shut out Milwaukee.
You're mentioning Agassi's clothing. The Nike people designed it just for him. He likes an open collar. He didn't like buttons, so they put that zipper on it. And he likes to keep his shirt hanging out, so they made the tail of it. They covered the underbelly of it. They made it colorful there. He likes the bold colors, obviously. And the lining on the shorts. And the back of it, I don't know if it's called a burning ball look on the back of his shirt. That's what that design is.
Correction.
See that? See it? Can you make that out a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
The burning ball. And you know, as he says, he's having fun with it. He just thinks it's more colorful, and that's why he plays with his hair so much.
That's a good ball.
He said something the other day, though, for which he paid the price with all the written press in a written press conference. He said that he might play Wimbledon next year if his clothing company can make up some clothes for him that are interesting enough. He says, I just can't imagine going 2 weeks in all white. I just couldn't do it. Doesn't sound like a good reason to skip Wimbledon.
No, it does not.
You know, he shouldn't say stuff like that. makes it sound like he's reducing his tournament schedule to, you know, accessorizing.
Well, he also said that he had a little controversy with Philippe Chatre, the president of the French Federation, during the French Open, and he called Philippe a bozo because there was some talk about making an all-white rule.
Game Agassi.
But Agassi
At all the
said,
Grand Slams.
Yeah.
At the practice.
He said, I've got a lot of growing up to do. I've grown up some, and I got some more to do.
2-love.
And
his game sure has grown up this year.
He's up 2-love now.
But that said, he could easily have been out of this tournament. He could have been defaulted. He should have been defaulted upon review of the tapes in his match against Peter Korda the other night. The reason Andre Agassi walked out onto the stadium court to some boos in his match today against Jay Berger was because the other night he yelled an obscenity, then he cursed at the chair umpire, and then he spit at him.
In his direction.
Which he says he didn't do.
Yeah.
Well, it showed up on the tape that it did in fact happen. He got fined $3,000, but as I said, he could very well have been out of this thing. Instead, look at him. He's cruising into the quarters.
He's won 10 straight games from 5-all in the first set.
It also helps Agassi's chances that he has focused so much on winning the U.S. Open. He says this above all other tournaments for the year is what means the most to him, more so than Wimbledon.
Fourth ace by Andre. 30-all.
And having already been a semifinalist, Andre could very well win it. Jay Berger should be careful with those Prince rackets. He doesn't have too many of those. They're not even made anymore, those oldies. He buys them at Kmart for about $50 each.
Game to Agassi after his 5th ace, and he leads 3-love in the 3rd. Jay Berger serving. Faring very poorly at the moment.
White, please. White, please. Thank you. Thanks for the players. White, please. Thank you.
It's not easy to smoke Berger like that. He's a real good fighter, but he doesn't seem to have much left against Agassi. That racket of Berger's an old aluminum one. When the oversizes first came out, it was a green one that Ian Tiriac and Val Ziegenfuss first used. And all of us thought they were crazy to be using such a big crazy rack. A lot of us thought it would never catch on. Shows you how much we knew. Nice comfortable smash by Agassi. That Kmart special, the racket Berger's using now, the black one, was the Pro, made out of aluminum. Almost indestructible. And though the company has encouraged Jay to use the newest stuff, the state-of-the-art, high-tech stuff, he likes these things. He likes the way they feel. He likes the way they last. He's always replacing the grommets in them and restringing them again and again. There's not enough left in the world for him as far as he's concerned. Agassi has switched rackets in the last couple of years as well. He came to the French Open this year with a new racket and then abandoned it, went back to his old one because he didn't quite have the power control balance correct. And now he's got another new one that he started using this summer, and it goes nicely with his outfit.
We were talking about that earlier. I wonder if he paints it to match his sleeves or. Shoes match.
Tony's stuff always used to match too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all white.
All white.
He is just totally unworried in this match, unbothered.
Like an afternoon stroll. Well, the weather has really cooperated this weekend, hasn't it? I can recall, Tony, one year we did a broadcast wearing plastic garbage bags.
That's right. Rain was slanting in here at a 45-degree angle. We tried to put our CBS patches on them. They wouldn't hold.
It's deuce. Lower Manhattan, a financial district.
Remember last year, we asked Boris Becker how he liked New York, and he said, "I like it very much for 2 weeks."
What is that noise I hear?
That's the first airplane we've heard that close in the week we've been here.
Maybe the LaGuardia Tower got word this match was over.
Maybe. There he is. Advantage Berger.
Please.
He hadn't won a game since it was 5-all in the first set. If you want to see some firepower, have another look at that last point. Gun here by Agassi, and watch this one. Berger had no chance. He couldn't even take a step, and it was gone.
Advantage done.
Just crawled over.
That's what happens when things are going your way. Here's another look, and watch this ball bounce on the net, I think twice. Pop, pop, and then rolls right over the edge. Poor Jay just can't buy anything right now. I think he's tired mentally. All the tennis he's played, and he's trying. He is a trier, but he's having just a tough time. By far the longest game.
Oh, yeah.
7th deuce.
Advantage done.
An ace for Berger. That's his first one.
20 points they've played in this game. Prior to that, 9 points was the longest game they played.
So that's Berger's plan. The old wait till you're 2.5 sets down before you make your move routine.
That's right.
Tonight. The area has been pretty much deserted for most of this weekend, but that'll all change.
They'll get even with us tomorrow.
Yeah. Most New Yorkers, Labor Day weekend is the last outing. Catskills or Berkshires or Long Island.
Love 15.
In the third. Agassi's won the first 2 sets.
Watch how easy this looks. If you play, you know it's not. Agassi just sort of toe in with Berger at this stage. You hate to make such a long run and then miss the shot. And he was there in plenty of time.
That is most frustrating.
30 all.
Berger says you do it to me. Maybe I'll do it to you. Agassi hesitated like he didn't think it was going to come over, and then it was too late. The difference between Agassi's two serves, first serve was 101, I think, and the second was 61. Here's another look at that last point.
Agassi. Very disgusted Jay Berger. 4-1 in the third. Agassi. That's the engine of the Fuji blimp hovering overhead, looking at Manhattan as the sun sets.
All right. 15 love.
Agassi serving at 4-1 in the third. He's won the first two sets. Berger serving, sorry. We will stay with this match until the top of the hour. And we will depart. It may or may not be over. If we don't get a chance to finish it
15 all.
tonight at 11:30 p.m. late night highlights of the U.S. Open here on CBS.
Both guys just hitting it from the heels. That's the final shot by Berger. That youngster well in command.
30-15.
It's a pity Berger hasn't been playing this kind of ball earlier in the match. He's trying to dictate now, trying to open up the points himself.
He did some of that in the first set, and it was close. Then Agassi got all over him. He started making more mistakes. Just broke it wide open.
Agassi is 4-2.
Game to Berger. Agassi leads 4-2 now. Again, we'll stay on until the top of the hour.
15 love.
Agassi trying to finish him off and has missed a couple of close ones. It's hard to do when you got a lead like that and you're trying to dust a guy and get home. You rush a little bit, a little impatient.
His serve has been so tough, Agassi's 104, that last one, his 6th ace. Much better serving from 1 year ago. He's stronger in the upper body, you could tell, and he's bigger in the legs too, so he's drawing a lot of extra power from there. Look at that one. 103.
Ball change.
5-2 Agassi in the third. He won the first 2 sets.
Agassi leads 5-2. Love 15.
Berger serving down 2-5. Andre Agassi in the far court has won the first 2 sets and been in total control.
It's love 15 this game. Berger missed a forehand.
Oh. 15 on.
It long. Good point. This was a real good point.
White, please.
Good hustle here by Berger to get his racket on this one and drives it down the line and just carried it over the baseline. Agassi was there anyway. 15-30. So Agassi 2 points away from a victory.
And now 1 point.
2 match points for Agassi, the number 4 seed.
Please. Thank you. Thank you. White, please. Thank you. White, please.
A lot of the kids are coming down into the boxes where Agassi will be coming over. They're hoping to get a souvenir. See, they're all sneaking down.
Agassi in total control. Straight sets. 7-6, 6-love, 6-2. Hour and 51 minutes for that young man.
He's pretty good with the freebies here. More than any other player. He gives away, he's giving away shoes, shirts, shorts, and they know it.
He's going to stay and sign. for Wildly. Here goes the shirt. It does look like he's been lifting weights. Let's now go down to Tim Ryan.
All right, Andre Agassi would appear to be headed toward a match with Boris Becker, but first he has the young Soviet ahead of him. An easy win over Jay Berger today. Andre Agassi, 7-5, 6-11, 6-2, almost so easy that you didn't really get a sense of how well he played. He was just totally dominant. Jay Berger was not much of a performer out there today against Agassi. It was just an easy day for him, so he's happy to have it. 3 sets out of there. Throw your clothes into the crowd and head on into the next round. He will now face Andrei Cherkasov, the unseeded Soviet, who's done so well at 20 years of age, is into the quarterfinal against the number 4 seed. Becker awaits the winner of Krickstein and Monsdorf, and that match to be played this evening. So likely it will be Agassi and Becker in one of the semifinals. And we'll be back with more from our U.S. Open coverage on CBS Sports, live from New York City in a moment. Number 4 seed Andre Agassi into the quarterfinals. Let's join him at courtside with Leslie Visser.
Thanks, Tim. Andre, you cruised into the quarterfinals. What went well for you today?
Oh, wow. You know, coming in here against Jay, who's in a sense similar to me, that he stays at the baseline and likes to hit a lot of balls, I just knew it was a question of being motivated and staying concentrated and make him really pay the price if he wants to win the match. And that was my game plan coming in there. I stuck to it well. I played consistently. I made him hit a lot of balls, and I think it, took a toll on him.
Your next match will be against the young Soviet Cherkasov. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I got a chance to see him play a little bit against Michael, and didn't get a chance to see him play today, but I know how he plays. I'm pretty familiar with him. I expect to go in there with the same game plan. I just feel so confident that if I'm playing my game, things are going to work out all right. And if he wants to win, he's going to have a heck of a fight on his hands.
One last question. There's a rumor around that you might lose the beard if you get to the finals.
Oh, I might lose the beard any day. I wake up and question if it should come off or not every day. So who knows? Who knows?
Okay, we'll see. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Tim.
All right, Leslie. Well, one thing for sure, if he gets into the semifinal against Boris Becker, you're going to see a totally different match than you saw a year ago, only because the things that Pat and Tony Murray were talking about. He's a much stronger young man. That was his whole motivation after the U.S. Open last year, was to get bigger and stronger. He has achieved that. The feeling was on the part of his coach, Nick Volaterri, that he simply wasn't strong enough physically to take on the likes of the big hitters like Lendl, Becker, and Stefan Edberg. So in this case, now this year, I think you're going to see a whole different kind of match, but he must get by the Soviet Cherkasov first. Let's take a look at the draw as it sits right now. You'll see the final picture here in the men's singles. Wheaton will be playing McEnroe in one quarterfinal. Young David Wheaton against his idol. That should be fun. Lendl against Pete Sampras, a dangerous match for Ivan Lendl. If there's an upset out there, it might be that match right there. Agassi, as we said, against the Soviet Cherkasov, and Boris Becker awaiting the outcome of tonight's match between Monsdorf and Krickstein. So that's the picture in the men's quarterfinal action that is upcoming this coming week. We ask you to join us tonight at 11:30